Yo, guys, what's going on? It's EL Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Hope everybody is doing well. Shout out to everybody watching right now across all platforms. Big up to everybody watching on YouTube. Big up to everybody watching on Twitter. Just to let you guys know, today is going to be another one of those episodes, Vibes from the Six, where we also slightly speak about what happened in the EFL Cup. Spurs, of course, getting knocked out. Liverpool, of course, getting knocked out. So much to discuss over there, plus the upcoming games in the Premier League. Spurs playing Chelsea, Arsenal playing Burnley, the Premier League title race heating up, Arsenal not conceding a single goal in October. There's so much to discuss. But before we go any further, please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button. Show some love to the channel, as the algorithms on YouTube right now are working against us. So we need your help as much as we can. Please do hit that like button. And of course, check out today's title sponsor right there. As you can see, OK Jersey is the title sponsor. The link is in the description. And you guys really need to go check out OK Jersey, because they are hooking you up with these beautiful training tops. You got, of course, the new Arsenal kits, the old school kits, everything you need on OK Jersey, all for under £20 each, plus delivery, probably less than £25 for whichever kit you want from whichever generation. So check it out. And you can also get an 8% discount using the code EGAL. But before we go any further, we got to bring in the panel. Today, we got an old school face back in the building. Ram Stand is in the house. I haven't seen Ram in a minute on this channel. Shout out to you, Ram. Hope you're doing well. Last time you were on here was before Arnie Slot was manager.
No, I can't be that long, bro. Nah,
It's that long. I'm telling
nah,
you haven't been on the channel for a year, bro.
bro. No, that can't be. You can't be serious, bro. No,
I'm
no,
dead
no,
serious. You had short hair maybe that back then. I don't know.
bro. Maybe, man. I know. I've been hella
It's
busy
crazy,
this
right?
last year, bro.
By the
Yeah,
way,
bro.
I'm not sure if you know some of the panelists. Obviously, you know Vader. Shout out Vader. And I'm not
I
sure if
know.
you've
Yeah.
met my brother Ahmed, who's a Chelsea fan,
Yeah,
Somali
I know
brother.
Ahmed. I
What
know
up? What up? What
Ahmed.
up?
I know him. I know him. I know him. We've
All
been on a
right,
couple
all
streams.
right. Plus, we're gonna have M joining through, who's a Man United fan. Plus, Jay's gonna be coming through, and it's gonna be a great show, guys. We got a lot to discuss. But before we go any further, let's start with the cup and Liverpool, bro. Your boys are getting embarrassed on a regular basis. There's nowhere else to start but Liverpool. You guys are getting embarrassed on a regular basis. Like, the utter embarrassment to lose 3-0 at home and to not even try to throw out a bunch of kids and put players out of position. What is going on at Liverpool, man? This is now beyond a crisis. And people in the past have said, Egal, you're over exaggerating, you're over exaggerating. At this point, no one can say I'm over exaggerating. Arnie Slot's Liverpool are in a crisis. They've lost 6 out of their last 7. They are losing across all competitions on a consistent basis, and Crystal Palace have just beaten them 3-0 in their own ground. It doesn't matter what they rotated, as much as they rotated. Arne Slot threw away the competition. He threw away the League Cup. And in the form that you're in, I would have thought you would have played your first team. But I watched the press conference. I looked at the press conference notes after the game. He had the audacity to sit there and say, well, our first team would have struggled with this team. What?
Yeah, man. Oh, are you gonna? I thought you were gonna say more. I thought you were gonna.
Go
There's a
ahead,
lot to
man.
unpack. I thought you were gonna say more. Nah, bro. It is a crisis. It's been a crisis since I think everyone established it's been a crisis period since the Man United game. Um, again, a lot of what people are saying, I think a lot of Arsenal fans are doing the "oh ha ha, I told you so" kind of thing, being like about your squad. Is so many different factors that's
Are
going
they wrong?
wrong. Sorry.
I mean,
What's
are they wrong to not do the haha?
I mean, they could do
No.
the ha ha, but the ha ha, I told you so is they could laugh all they want, but that still don't demean the fact that I still think the squad is quality. I still think the players that we brought in are
So why are you
quality,
losing 6 out of
That's
7?
fair. That's fair.
and this is where I've got to have a lot of heat for the manager. Like, a lot of players are out of form. Some of the performances that we have, some of our players have been and very poor. But when your managers are putting out a system and tactics and the starting lineup which don't accommodate or don't even try to help some of these players, um, that falls on the manager, in my opinion. A lot of these players are struggling in confidence. I think the only player that's actually played well this season is Dominic Soboslai. Soboslai has been overall in terms of off the ball work, on the ball work, every facet of the midfield game, he's been very, very good. The lowest rating I could probably give him throughout this entire season has been a 6, because he still shows the levels in terms of, you are playing for Liverpool Football Club. This is the minimum that you should show, the absolute minimum. And when it's people like Soboslai, Gravenberch, are those two players specifically are the only players that are playing well on a consistent basis, you can't tell me it's a player issue, man. If we're saying that Salah doesn't look the same, if we're saying that Ekitike shows moments that are of individual brilliance, that's not a player issue. If we're saying that Kirk is one of the best performing left backs last season, a marauding fullback who never used to invert, playing an expansive team like Bournemouth, is asked to invert and play almost like a box-to-box midfielder when he's never played midfield in his life, centre midfield in his life. That's not a player issue. That's a clear manager issue. And people say,
so what's wrong with people pointing that out and criticizing them?
Well, what do you mean by pointing out, Chris?
Because I do think majority of the people who are poking fun at Liverpool are openly criticizing the manager as much as they're criticizing individual performances.
Not on the streams that I've been in on Gal. I think a lot of the rival fans, specifically Arsenal fans in particular, a lot of them have pointed fingers at the board. Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards being like, you bought players that probably aren't as good as you thought they would. Some of them have pointed out the likes of Wirtz and Salah being like, those players aren't performing at the levels. And granted, they haven't, but a lot of them are being like, it's a player issue. It's a player issue. Your players aren't good enough. Your squad isn't good enough. They don't talk about the manager, where I'm like, if you're telling me you will get Florian Wirtz, Isak, Kirkes, Ekitike, Frimpong, and you're telling me that all those players, majority of them will be flops, and then Ekitike will be the only one that's shown some level of brilliance. Granted, it's individual brilliance, because if you look at some of those goals that he scored, individual brilliance. You can't say it's intricate team play goals where he's dropping deep, laying it off to someone like Gakpo, interplaying with Wirtz or Salah. Is individual moments of brilliance. He takes the ball, cuts inside, either takes a low-driven shot into the bottom corner, or if there's a lucky ricochet, he snaps at the shot and puts it bottom bins. Those are the majority of the goals that he scored. And
I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
Big up,
so listen, I don't want to. I don't think. I'm not going to be one of those ones that discredit the players, because I do think the players you have brought are quality players. But my question is more so, when you were signing these players, right, and these players were coming in, what was the plan between both? Obviously, directors were bringing them in, right? But what's the plan between the manager and directors? Because I think that is more so where my question and issue lies, right? Because I'm fairly certain Slot knew the guys that were coming in, right? So what was the plan of integration? What was the plan of change of tactics and that sort of thing? Because for me, when I look at what's happening on the pitch, I don't really see that sort of thing, that sort of thinking has taken place or has even happened for me personally. That's what I look at more so before I even get to the players, because Isak should not be performing at this level. I think it's very wrong of us because to be criticizing Isak when he's barely getting any service for a good amount of the time, for example, right? So objectively speaking, I don't know what's happened between the directorship and the manager when the players were coming in, and then the integration period, and like how we're going to integrate these players and how these players are going to fit into the Slot's new system, if that makes sense.
No, that's a fair question. It's a fair question. I think it's a very interesting conversation, because a lot of what you said is what I've subtly said within regards to tactics. Like you talk about, for example, as the cohesion between the manager and also the sporting directors. Example, Kirkes is a fullback, a marauding fullback, touchline fullback, loves to go up and down the field. Or we're asking him to play as an inverted fullback. If that's the case, why did we get Kirkes and why didn't we get Hato instead?
Exactly.
Why has that been the case? Why is it that we got Frimpong, who, if anyone that's watched the Bundesliga knows that he's one of the most difficult players to get the ball off, because he's so fast and he's so nimble. and he could take on any man with his pace. He is an old school touchline wing back, loves to go forward, but we're asking him to invert. Bradley's been inverting left, right, and center, but under Jurgen Klopp, he would do both sides of the game. Like Ahmed, you remember that game in 2022 at Anfield when he made his Premier League debut?
Yep.
He was doing the inverting and the overlapping thing.
Exactly.
But
are you prepared? Are you prepared to say Slot needs to go?
Oh, igual. If you watched my video last night, if anyone hasn't, please do. Slaughter's got until this Saturday against Aston Villa, 8 p.m. is Judgment Day for him.
Another one.
Bro, just a quick one. Just one question. What would you say? Would you say he's got anything right? I'm talking about Slot right now. Like, what would you say he's got right since the season started?
Big up Joey in the building. Stop with the narratives, bro. You've won 1 out of your last 7.
You mean lost 6 out of our last 7? By the way, can I just also mention that's
You've
not
won
happened
1 out of your last 7.
We lost
they
6
both
out
are
of
true.
We lost 6 out of our life.
You've won 1 out of
we lost 6 out of our
one.
last. No, I don't give a damn about win 1 out. We lost 6 of our last 7, bro. We lost 6 out of our last.
I'm a half full guy. You're a half empty guy. I get it.
Bro, it's not even half full, half empty.
I don't even think it's a narrative anymore. This is mainstream. Everyone's speaking about it.
Nah,
Arnie Slot potentially being gone is something a lot of people are speaking about.
Every Liverpool fan on the YouTube sphere is talking about this as a potential crisis. Some have even saying
silence.
Ram, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ram. No, we got to stop this.
He has a soundboard.
We got it.
No, Vay, can I just quickly say, as I said before, Judgment Day is on Saturday. If we do not pick up a win against Aston Villa after throwing the towel after the first minute against Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup, I appreciate what you've done for the club, Arne Slot, giving us number 20, being the greatest English club of all time, helping us solidify that name. But it's time to go.
That's crazy. That is
crazy.
You know what? I got a video for that.
No, that's messed up.
Wait, does anyone have like a handkerchief?
One thing I'm gonna add, by the way, is that I can't lie to you, man. It doesn't make last year's title win. We should give credit to obviously the Liverpool players, but it doesn't make Slot winning the title. It looks weak, bro. You know what I mean? It means it's bad tactically. He's won the title. What does that say? What does that say about the league, bro? You know what I mean?
No, but Ahmed, I wouldn't just say that's down. I wouldn't just say it's down.
Or what does that say about Arnie Slot once he has his own players?
Yeah, but he's gone for a rebuild, bro. That's the thing. He's actually signed these players now. They're gonna need time to gel. Like you shouldn't. For me, I think he needs more time to maybe get back, especially in the midfield, bro.
You know what
I see what you're doing.
The problem is,
you're taking a piss.
I hear what you're doing.
I'm not.
Don't you see the comparisons to Ten Hag?
If anything, I see the comparisons to Amarim.
You see his interview. Let me tell you what he said in the interview. He said Man City's team yesterday, they changed every player from the team over the weekend, but it looks as good as their first team. Chelsea, they made 2 substitutions and they still brought on Estève. We don't have that option. We played 6 or 7 kids.
But he chose who could be on the bench. That's kind of a bit.
He said something about history.
He also said our starters lost to Palace, so I don't see a problem with playing this team.
Yeah, no, he might be asking for the sack. I'll be honest. You can't really be coming out after games. I think Eric Ten Hag was the worst because we'll be literally getting battered and he'll come out and be like, yeah, we played well, and we're like, what game are you watching? But I just think this is his first test in my opinion. So he's got 2 strikers in. One of them's not used to the league. One is Wirtz has come in. He's not used to the league. So I feel like I think he needs a little bit more time. I think he just needs to get back and maybe give him.
He needs more than just until Saturday. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think so, especially after what you've done for you last season. You can't just turn around and be like, so last season it was the players, this season it's the manager.
The substitutions.
No.
Substitutions and forget about the substitutions. His starting 11 for that game was embarrassing because he basically went out there to lose. What is he going to do versus Aston Villa?
No, it's not embarrassing.
It is, bro. The team that he
did you see the team
and starting lineup was embarrassing. People actually know. People actually, bro. Tom Little was at the game and Jamie Phillips were at the game.
Mhm.
These guys spent the hard-earned money to watch that dross. The fact that we didn't have a senior player on our bench.
So
Yeah, but bro,
they went to see the senior
This was the
players.
starting
They
11
didn't go to
guys.
see Liverpool play.
They went to
This
see
is the
Liverpool
starting
play.
11.
Bro, come on, man.
No. We're not.
can't do that. Yeah.
You listen. This is what's. It's crazy. It's crazy to me.
Look at
right?
the bench. Look at the bench.
Yeah, I know he didn't have a senior player. He had McAllister in that midfield.
Now compared to the other teams. For example, let's go to Arsenal. We played.
Why are we doing Arsenal?
Okay, forget about Arsenal.
You guys
Go to
haven't
Man-
won anything. We understand you playing a stronger
No,
team.
Put City's team up. Put City's team
What
up
is
against
City?
an
That's what
inferior.
I'll say that again, bro. Preach.
Yeah, because no, they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that.
Look
They
at
They've
who
wanna-
just
you have
won.
coming
They've
off the
just won the
bench.
Premier League.
They've
bro.
just
you
won.
have
You
coming
haven't
off the
won
bench.
anything, Egal. So
Look
of
at
course
who
you're
you
gonna
have
play a
on your
stronger
bench.
team to try to get a trophy here.
Look at who you have on your
100%,
bench.
bro. And
Look at the bench, bro. Stones, Vardio, Phil
Bro,
Foden.
since
I
when
saw a
do you
little
lot
bit-
care
Ram,
about the
since
league?
when do you care about the League Cup?
That's what I'm
Look at
saying. Since when
Arsenal's
do you not
bench.
care about it, bro? You
Look at
use the
Arsenal's
Champions
bench.
League and the
Jurgen Klopp
Premier
is
League. You're in
seriously,
for
bro.
competitions
Since
either
Jurgen
way.
Klopp in his last season won that damn trophy.
You didn't care for it though.
Yeah,
I've always cared for the League Cup, bro.
Bro, you didn't sign Isak to care about the League Cup, bro. You
No,
signed
I
Isak to
signed-
care
I
about
signed
bloody. Do you know what I mean?
I signed Isak to win multiple trophies this season, including
Yeah,
the
you know-
Premier League.
Not including the League Club. Not including the
Yeah,
League Cup.
FA
Don't
Cup,
do that.
Champions League,
Bro,
Premier League. Let's be
Don't
honest.
do that.
If we win the league and we win the League Cup, that is a decent season.
That's a beautiful. What do you? Whoa,
What do you mean,
hold
bro?
on,
No,
hold
no,
on,
no,
hold
no,
on.
no.
Well,
Because for me,
wait.
the League Cup's third on that list. It's the fourth tier out of all the trophies.
No, but he said
No,
win the league and
This
the League
man
Cup.
said
Of
win
course
the
I'm
league
thinking
and the
about
League Cup, and it's a decent season.
Yeah,
What?
bro.
What
Any
the
day
hell,
this
bro?
season.
Just winning the Premier
When
League
did
is a
Liverpool
decent
change
season.
on us?
That's what I'm saying. Since when is the League Cup?
500
Since when
million,
is
man.
League Cup
500 million
confirm a
changes the
decent
game.
season?
When you're spending what? When you put money
Ahmed.
what? And you listen, it changes.
Ahmed, no.
Percentages
This is what's
change.
crazy. This is what's crazy. Rams move in like what they spent in the summer. He thinks they're Chelsea now. He thinks he's you guys. He's like, oh, we spent 500. We're gonna be 3 months into a season. I'm gonna sack a manager like Chelsea. What's going? You are Liverpool.
I'm sorry, Vader. This is the first time since 1958. Bruv, my dad wasn't even born then, bruv. My dad wasn't even born then. And
Okay.
this is the first time since 1958 we lost 6 out of our last 7.
Okay, what does it matter if this manager has you finishing third or fourth? What does it matter?
They were supposed to
It's
win the
about
league.
how you end the season. Who cares about this run right now? This manager should have earned. This manager should have earned. If the hype was real, if the belief in how he won this title last year didn't matter that we were weak, he won it because he's so good.
Undoing every single
So let
part
him
of
get a
that.
chance to bring it back. Is my point. It's
He's
9 weeks in.
undoing- He,
You're
All
gonna
right,
sack
you know
him
what?
after
Okay,
10.
one second. Vegas has a lot of words.
The one game he showed that he has any part of changing the system or doing something different. We've completely abandoned that and gone back to type.
So
I'm
he
sorry,
can
he's
get.
not Jurgen Klopp. People, Egal, you know me. I'm the most. I'm one of the
won you the
most.
league
patient-
last
He
season,
did in
bro.
1
With
year
no
what it took
signings.
Jurgen 5 years to do. What's
That's what
going
I'm saying,
on?
bro. He
I
won you the-
like we're acting as if Jurgen Klopp had the likes of Mo Salah at the start in his when he first started managing Liverpool Football Club. Are we really
we-
going to do this?
Are we not?
Are we going to forget that Jurgen Klopp was managing Liverpool when they were around about 13th, 14th in the league?
Bro, no, but
No,
you
it's
could
about
argue-
what he was
But we
able
couldn't-
to
when we
accomplish.
couldn't
Not
beat
many
everything away
managers,
from
Ram,
home.
are able to win the Prem.
Klopp-
And you
but
don't give
Klopp
up on a
had
manager when he's 9 weeks into a season. You're gonna give up on him with another loss after 10 weeks into a 38-week season.
Okay. So, firstly, I've outlined the various different factors. The fact that certain players have regressed in this team. Certain players, the abundance of talent that we had, are now looking like 20 to 10 million pounds worth of players. Remember, these are players that were touted as one of the best left backs last season. One of the most people tout Florian Wirtz
was it
as
true or not?
generational 10, generational. And
Was it
people
true or
still
not?
say it. Isak, one of the best strikers in the world. Certain people said he's a better footballer than Erling Haaland.
Ram,
And
you got the accent. Ram, you got the accent. What's the phrase? Form is what?
Temporary.
Class is what? So give this manager time. That's what we're trying to say here.
All right.
Okay.
No,
listen,
okay.
from the start of the
One
season.
second, let me just segue to the next portion. I'm gonna ask Vader, since he's saying give the manager time. Do you think they beat Villa this weekend at home?
I don't know. He could win or lose it. It's not a sackable offense.
Listen,
It's not a sackable offense.
Oh my God!
Listen.
Can I put this
Villa
in
just
mind
beat
for you?
City, guys. Villa just beat City.
You know.
So if this form of Liverpool lose to Villa, it's not sackable.
By the
Guys,
way,
I'm asking a bit
Beta,
of a question.
if we lose, sorry, Ahmed, if we lose against Aston Villa, we could potentially drop down to 13th in the league.
You're not asking Vea the right question.
cares?
Vea, I need to ask you.
13th.
It's week 10.
13th. I'm
Wait, I
sorry.
need to ask you a
We should be near or thereabouts with Arsenal, mate. I'm not settling for top 4, top 5. I'm sorry. We won the league last season. We bought all this talent. We've got to go and win. And people say that you didn't have the same energy for Klopp. When Klopp signed Virgil van Dijk, when Klopp signed Alisson Becker, when Klopp signed Fabinho, we expected him to win either Premier League or Champions League, either one. What did he do? He went and won the Champions League, and he went 97 points, 1 point behind City.
Vader is consistent. When Pep and City had a horrible run last season, he didn't all of a sudden become a Pep out.
So is Pep is Arne Slot the same level as Pep?
Okay, so no, I'm going to ask you a
Pep had a
question.
worse
It's not about being the same level. It's about the run
Pep
that's
had a worse
happening
run
right now.
last year.
It's about a run that's happening 9 weeks into a season where a fan base that were lyrical about how great this manager was, what he was able to do in year 1. I mean, he wasn't able to do anything remotely close to Pellegrini in year 1 because Pellegrini won 2 trophies. But what this manager done, all of you guys were talking about, hype. Now he's having a poor run. You guys are abandoning all the things you said about him.
It's too quick.
9 weeks in.
But I need to ask a question. Let me
ask
this question.
He can still get top 4, bro. He can still get question.
He can easily get top 4. Have Ram do the calculations. What's the point gap between where they are right now and where you could be in terms of top 4?
No, but top 4 is a failure based on expectations.
It's temporary.
No. But you need to understand, Bill. What you need to understand, Bill, is that when you want to give a manager time, yes, he's won a title and everything like that. That's fair enough to say give him time.
Yeah, you're just brushing off. Yeah.
But what about the question I'm going to ask you? What is the style of play? How does Liverpool play? How does Liverpool break down teams? Can you tell me from watching them play the first 8 to 9 games what they do to break down teams? On this question,
we're talking about Liverpool. 20 minutes already.
The one thing I can always say about Pepito, your manager, is that I know the way he wants to play. I know his style of. I know this guy has a way of playing, and that if you give him the tools, he's gonna make things work. That's the question I'm gonna
Sorry, Jay. Respect for coming through. Let me just answer Ahmed real quick. Ahmed, did we recognize the style of play for the first 5 weeks?
For who?
When they were 5 for 5, did we recognize the style of play from Liverpool?
No.
Okay.
I bet you barely noticed it last season.
Yeah, so just give me results. That's what they're about. They didn't care. They just wanted results. He needs to turn it around and get the results. Flat.
That's such a fallacy from last season. Because I could clearly tell you a style of play that we played last season. I could clearly tell you the fact that the way how we progressed the ball, we had our fullbacks near the halfway line. We had our 2 centre backs go to the side a little bit. Ryan Gravenberch, who was the main proprietor of us moving the ball forward, will drop deep, collect the ball. Then we have McAllister and Szoboszlai being the more advanced midfielder. They will be occupying those areas, and then we'll progress the ball from there.
Okay.
So
now we're not doing that. Now we're doing now
because you have personnel that have left.
We have no. It's not personnel. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. No, because this is no. Jay, stop. No, Jay. No. I'm not doing this. How is it? How is it a personnel issue when my main 6 has openly said my manager has given me the license to go forward? Has given me the license to go forward and play as an 8. How is that? How is that a personnel issue? That is a tactical issue. You're asking your anchor to be a buoy ball, just floating about on the sea, just doing whatever.
What about Trent though? Like you lose a generational ball progressor in the Premier League, a generational ball progressor, yeah, and you're saying it's not personnel. You replace him with Bradley and Frimpong, and you're saying it's not personnel. How can you say that's not personnel? Because the guy that left went to Real Madrid, yeah. The guy that came in, Frimpong, 1, keeps doing his hamstring. 2, is not a better right back than Trent. So you have the issue now of ball progression. I think that's a thing. You can't get from front to back as quickly as you used to, and teams are able to drop in and defend stoutly. On the flip side, all of those defensive issues that you had when Trent was there, they still exist. But you just don't have his ball progression anymore. But you still have all the defensive issues.
I know.
It's all Arnie Slot. It's all Arnie Slot. Get him out. Get him out.
Let me say this right. When you're progressing the ball, you sometimes don't even need personnel. You don't need world-class ball players to progress the ball like that. You can progress the ball as a team. You can. You as a team, as a functioning team. Because I saw this at times at preseason where I was like, okay, we've missed Trent, but the way that we're progressing the ball, I can see us living life without Trent. Yeah?
Okay, 1 second. Do you agree you changed a lot of your title-winning side last season?
Yes, that's also a factor. And who does that go down to?
Is that not a personnel issue on how it's impacting your start to the season?
So who does that go down to then, Egal?
It also is a
Give him time to figure it out then, Ram.
It also can be a manager issue, but personnel, why we're saying it's personnel, neither Frimpong or Connor Bradley are Trent when it comes to passing range. Then you look at now the knock-on effect to the midfield. Jay's right. I've been saying this for the whole season. You don't have the balance that you had last season. Even to the left, when you look at the left, Luis Diaz was doing a lot of work. A lot of the
because Verts hasn't showed up the way he should have.
One point on Diaz, by the way. Hold on, just one point on Diaz. Yeah, there's a stat like, and I'll find it for you guys. It's like a pressing intensity. So it's like how long the opposition has on the ball before the player presses them and whatever. Diaz is like top of that list. He's like number one of that list. I feel like, and this is when you talk about players versus, the ability. This is the team. You have to understand. Well, in my opinion, the manager's just won the league, right? Like, let's think logically. Manager's just won the league. You're asking the manager, who do you want in your team? How do you want your team to be structured? You've just won the league. So at that point, surely you have the most bargaining position you will ever have, especially as a new coach. So I have to believe that these players that he bought and what he's doing, he wanted this. He wanted these players. And it's like when we're looking at how it's falling together, you need time to develop as a team, of course. But you keep talking about you can progress the ball as a team. And I'll say how specifically. Because Concede is an erratic ball progressor. Bradley's not a good ball progressor.
So why is our fullback so far high up?
Hold on, Frimpong will dribble. And the worst thing about being a dribbler is that you leave your position. So you are running with the ball down the wing, but now your right back spot is open.
That's always been like that.
But Trent can progress the ball via passing. So he didn't always have to vacate his position.
He's always... What are we doing? He's always vacated his area. That's why everyone would play a long through ball towards that right-hand side of our defense.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why Concede was asked to do so much in terms of defensive action.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say to you, I'm not saying that Trent never vacated his position. I'm saying Frimpong can only progress the ball by vacating his position. He cannot progress the ball otherwise. Do you see what I mean?
Why can't one of our midfielders drop into the centre backs then?
Because they could, but they're not progressing the ball quickly enough.
No, but Gravenberch did that last season.
Yeah, but obviously the format of your midfield is different to last season.
So why? No. I'm giving you stuff that happened last season that made us progress.
It's not last season.
And then you're saying that but it's not how the manager set up. Well, the thing that the manager's doing is completely wrong.
Well, okay. So
you know what, guys?
Was he getting it completely wrong with the 5-game win streak to start the season?
Yes. Do you know what, Veta? When we were doing the Football Terrace streams, I still said we're still not playing well. We need to. At some point, there will be a time.
And
where
your some point is 10 weeks.
Shout out to you. Big up to the people noticing the Blue Jays.
Are you really going to be that dim? I beg to God, please.
No, Ram. It's not about being dim. He had 5 weeks of getting it right. Yeah. You're on a poor stint. You did your thing in Champions League. I'm just completely surprised that there are two clubs acting like Chelsea right now. Because you guys spent what you spent, and you're not willing to give this manager more than 10 weeks with this additional players to get it right. That's just it's very surprising to me.
We've spent 30 minutes on this. I have to move on, but I will say one thing.
Rams got to move on.
Just give me a prediction for the game. Just give me your prediction for the game.
Silence.
Please just give me a prediction for the game.
Silence.
And I need to respond to this because what
You'll respond after you give me
I
your
am
prediction.
not letting him off the hook, Egal.
Bro,
Silence.
we're going to be going in
Jurgen
circles all
Klopp,
day if
his
people
first
respond.
game
Silence.
and the style of play back in 2015. I expect Arne Slot to do this
Silence.
with crap players.
All right. What's your score prediction for the Villa game, guys? Liverpool versus Villa.
2-1 Villa.
Wow.
I'm saying
Wow.
Egal, you know how positive I am about my team. You know how patient I am with my team. This is what it's come down to, bro. After when Klopp got so much heat and people were saying Klopp out, I was one of the only few people that said Klopp in.
You know what?
So what does that mean?
I think Liverpool bounce back, and I think Liverpool finally get a convincing win.
Where's your
3-1
loyalty
Liverpool.
now?
He's like,
My
I
loyalties
was
were gone
loyal.
when he
I was loyal back then. I'm not loyal now.
My loyalties
Guys,
have
what's
gone.
your score predictions,
My
guys?
loyalties have
Quickly,
gone
let's
down the
go.
drain.
I said 2-0
since
anyway. I said
lineup
2-0 Villa.
against-
Vader,
2-1 Liverpool.
M,
Yeah, 2-1 Liverpool. This could be
Jay.
the game we turn it around.
3-1 Liverpool. Liverpool are hot. Villa are.
I say
Villa
3-1
are
Liverpool
all-
also.
Villa aren't all that. Like Villa should. Liverpool should make them whole.
Sorry, is it Liverpool at home?
Liverpool at home.
And then
Oh,
we're going to
yeah,
see all
yeah.
these Liverpool fans waffle because they're going to win, and then they're going to be like, okay, now we're going to sack him next week.
Yeah, they'll be like, we can see it. We can see what he's trying to do.
All
We can
right,
see
all
what he's
right.
trying to do.
Let's take a break. Let's talk about the next club that their fans are losing their head and wanting
If we
them
lose
to be
them.
sacked.
If he loses,
Your club, Jay. I'm seeing your fan base losing their heads over getting knocked out of the EFL Cup, playing boring football. I seen one fan from your club say, "We just won the game versus Everton. We scored 3 goals, but I wasn't entertained. I didn't sign up to be a Spurs fan to not at least be entertained." I'm like, what are you talking? What are these guys on?
Jay, before you go, though, sorry, Jay, before you go, Egal, you need to bring the receipt of whoever this one fan is that you see.
Let me bring the video for you. How about that?
We need to be seeing these things because I swear you pluck out the one
right.
that is the
Wallahi, I
perfect
am not
example.
joking.
Bunch of numbers. Twitter.
I will go
this
and find you the video right now.
Okay.
But Jay, continue as we look for the video.
No, okay, so it's gonna be AI. Listen, my thing is, it's very much like in this Premier League era, you gotta like life is life. You either buy in or you don't. Like this is the way the Premier League era is at the moment. It's set pieces, defending well, all this sort of jargon. That's the way it is.
I found it.
Go on.
It's literally 4 minutes long. I'm not going to show you the whole goddamn video, but here
Just
it
play
is.
the clip. Play the main point.
This guy.
Play the main point.
In isolation. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but we've just won 3-0 away at Everton, and somehow I still feel disappointed. I think if you look at that game in isolation, then yeah, fantastic result. Both boxes, we were excellent. Set pieces, we defended well, we attacked them well. I think my issues are more about the bigger picture. I think with the style we're going with, we're leveling the playing field against teams that we could most definitely outplay. And I think when you're so reliant on set pieces, it levels the playing field completely because any team can be good at set pieces. We have more than enough quality in this team to really dominate games. And yet our in-possession game is so basic. All we do is hit the channels, win second balls, and then wait.
I've had enough, man.
Okay, so let me just. I know Kish actually. I've spoken to him a few times. Kish is what I would classify as a football purist. Yeah, he's one of these guys who he'll talk about buying players like Bakwa and Leslie Okuchukwu, and he'll be like, "Oh, these guys," and play them, and then they'll stink up the job. Like there's a level of realism. I understand this point. I disagree with it because you can see players like Xavi Simons and stuff like that playing, and it's like, okay, is he playing objectively well? Not really. Like, is that Thomas Frank's fault? No, it's not. You know, that's the player needing time to adapt, the player not deliver. So when you want to criticize why Thomas Frank doesn't want to go through the middle per se, it's probably because certain players can't deliver what Spurs fans want to see at this moment. We did also finish 17th. So the most important thing was to make the team stable, solid, difficult to score against. You know, so I get where he's coming from. I think Everton away for a team of Tottenham is a 50-50 game. First of all,
difficult
yeah,
game away, man.
it's like I don't know where the idea that we should be going to Everton and it's not a 50-50 game. Like, did we do something last season that made people think that we can go to Everton, who were in good form, hadn't lost at their stadium at that point? Like, to me, that's 50-50. I think we'll get a result. I think we might win, but if Everton were to win that game 1-0, I'd be disappointed in my team, but I wouldn't be like crazily surprised. You know what I mean?
You know what I would say about Spurs? I just think for me, a lot of people are forgetting where you finished last season. I think also you've got quite a few key players missing in general too, right? It's just that there's a lot of like obviously things that are not going right for you, at least in the forward department, in terms of like players missing. So I think maybe Thomas is being judged a bit harshly here because, like, again, he's also come from like what I would class a mid-table team. That's also a step up naturally. This is not even me like trying to cook Frank or anything. Because like I understand those guys need time. I look at Maresca last season. Yes, he may have had a great high-flying start to the season, but then in that middle period, he was learning a lot of lessons, right? And that was a long period. That was like a long middle period for us. So I think we should be a little bit more lenient on a manager that when you finish 17th last season and you get
I'm not stressing that we finished 17th, but obviously I think everyone knows that's not our quality. I like me, what people like where Spurs going to finish. I think we'll finish between like 5th and 7th. That's we're competing with like the Newcastles and stuff like the Villas and stuff and the Uniteds for that spot. So I don't really expect too much more. Anything more than that's great. But that's where I see the team at the moment. What was the initial question you got? I don't know. I was saying I wasn't answering it.
Just how are you feeling about the state of Spurs right now?
I feel fine. I feel
getting knocked out of the League Cup also to Newcastle.
Newcastle away is a tough game. Like it's a tough game. Like you can we've held 6 there in the last few years. We've held 4 there. Like we lost there last season. We've not really won at Newcastle in a while. So like. With players missing, Van der Ven, Kudus got rotated because, like Van der Ven especially, with his injury issues last season, he needed a breather. It happens.
Right, so let's park Spurs and let's bring in Chelsea. Ahmed, come to the table. You guys are a chaotic team, man. It's entertaining for the neutral, but 3-4, another red card. Is there any cause for concern for discipline issues at your club right now?
I don't think the word is discipline issues. I think right now our main issue is just that, because we've got so many young players in our squad, I think there's just like times where I think they get a bit too eager. You know what I mean? Like they want to make sure
they lack discipline.
It's not discipline. That's not called discipline. I just think that's just them being being
they
hungry.
lack concentration.
It's not called lack concentration either. They're clearly concentrating. They're just a bit too eager. That's the word I would use. I think it's just being a bit more eager at times.
They're too giggity.
That means they're too happy.
What?
You know what I mean? But
you guys never watched Family Guy?
Giggity, yeah.
But I think that's a bit more of an innuendo.
I thought you said something else ago. I was like,
but really? either way, listen. I think obviously, if you look at each one of them in isolation, some of them have been errors in general, and that's all it is. It's not really a discipline thing. I think obviously the last red class last time was just him being a bit of a twat, and obviously just come back from injury. I think again with him is being a bit more over eager in the moment because he's just come back from injury. I think the team needs him, and he knows that too, right? Because we have been a bit starved and a bit more up front, and so I think from his perspective, I just think it was just him being a bit too selfish. That's all it is, and I think the manager did a good job of pointing out that he was just being a bit of a selfish prick.
The problem, what
Chelsea
you just said?
do not have discipline issues, guys. It's just they're a little too.
No. Egal, do you know what the funny thing is? Ahmed in one voice says, "Oh, it's not discipline," but a lot of the things that is attributing to the red cards is a lack of discipline. What you just said, no. Being eager is also another way of saying you lack discipline.
That's not necessarily true because
you can't control your emotions, and
people can be disciplined. People can be disciplined, and also.
Do you want me to do the Star Wars thing and be like, eagerness turns into eagerness comes to what's it called? I was going to say it. Eagerness becomes rash. Rash also means a lack of discipline. That's what it means. You are literally saying it is a lack of discipline. I'm sorry.
But what you've just pointed out is 2 steps away from that. So that's probably what I would say to you. No, but either way, I listen again. I think it was a red card thing. It will subside. It will subside. So I don't really think that's much of an issue for me at the end of the day. But what I would say, I think my issue more so is again the defensive issue. I think I'm worried a little bit more again. Defensively, we're just really cooked right now, particularly on set pieces. It's getting a bit worse, the situation there. I just think over the top balls right now are almost becoming like cash money. That's a way to score against us in general. And again, that's a bit of a worry from a Chelsea perspective because it's like we don't have our best defenders available. You know, we keep on letting these defenders. Yes, and we'll see what happens when that happens, but we're not there yet. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, man, because just touching on what Jay was saying about the last guy that was talking about Spurs, I reckon this weekend is going to be both of you lot's biggest test.
Yeah,
because the game against Everton, I don't think that's where you need to judge Thomas Frank, man. I think this game against Chelsea, if he can get 3 points against Chelsea,
I feel you know what, I feel good. I feel like in previous times we're going to play Chelsea. Like I'm like, this one I'm like, I feel like pretty good.
You feel the win.
What about you, Ahmed? Are you confident going into this game?
I think with Chelsea, obviously with history, you would have to say I am confident in general, but I just feel like with Chelsea right now, it's very unpredictable. I don't know what I'm getting. I think my problem right now is that defensively we're not great right now, but in going forward, we're just as unpredictable. So it's like with Chelsea, just the time. I feel like
beg, bro. Because we'll get on City soon.
Listen, I just think with Chelsea in general, the term is unpredictability. I don't know what I'm expecting right now. I think going forward and then defensively, that's the problem.
Yeah, I think the thing for me is looking at it, like if I look at your team and stuff like that, I'm trying to think of, like, I think Chelsea can obviously cause us problems, counter, things like that. But I also think that in this game, like your defense and set pieces, like I just feel from a set, we're probably bagging a set piece in this game. See what I mean? Chelsea did not convince me from set piees, but I say that
you know one thing I will say as well. I forgot to mention this too. We have like a big issue also, which is that some 3 of our best players are also carrying injuries right now, like which are like.
Can I play the sad music? Can I play?
No. But this is key because no. It's not sad music because
play the violin.
What I'm about to say right now, you're about to hear is that one of my issues is that I don't understand why the manager did not rest these guys a bit more. If that makes sense, like actually take them away, let them fully heal, and actually come back into the team. For me, I feel like it's a bit too much of short-term thinking and not thinking again medium to long term. We're about to get the international break coming up. And then there's going to be a long period of like almost 3 games a week, basically, because of the November-December period, right? And even January period too. So I do think that's one thing I'm a little bit critical. Or what's it called? I'm a little bit critical of manager. So that's
what it is? I think it's the Club World Cup catching up to you. On a real.
I mean, I said that before. I do think the Club World Cup is obviously going to hurt us as a team. I said this: the further you go into it, the more likely it's going to affect you.
You should have said this to your fellow Chelsea brethren, bro.
I just told them, and Jay called me a traitor. If can confirm that.
If we're going to be honest, Spurs at home versus Chelsea has not necessarily been the best fixture for Spurs lately.
But it's never been a good picture for Spurs.
Could something change? Could something change in this match? Could there? Because Thomas Frank's Spurs is completely different to the past Spurs teams. I'm looking at this. If I would predict the most predictable result, it would be a draw. But if I had to pick a winner, I'd probably pick Tottenham.
Egal, can I just quickly say something? Yeah, Ahmed, your bogey team. I still think it's still your bogey team. Is Brentford Football Club, a little club in West London, right? If I'm not mistaken, since they've been in the Premier League.
It's just that you've not been able to beat them at their home. That's the thing. That's funnily enough.
No, but they still got points at Stamford Bridge, though. I still remember a couple of young points in a couple of seasons.
Walk away goal.
No, just in general. No, I'm being serious, bro. Just generally, in general, it's always been Brentford at home that's killed us. Generally,
No, but they still have done a little something away from him as well. There
was only that one game with what's his name? Who plays for forget his name now. He actually played. No. He plays for Marseille now. I forget his name. Neil Maupay used to be. Yeah, it's that game. I remember that happened 2 seasons ago. That was under, I think, Poch actually.
Who was Brentford's manager back then?
No, I said this before. But listen, we should be worried a little bit in terms of like the set pieces.
The stars are aligning, bro. I'm just saying.
Did I hear
there's
stars are aligning, bro.
But you know what? But there's also heritage here.
We're gonna have Jay singing set piece again, ole ole.
We also have heritage, isn't it? Chelsea also have heritage. You know what I mean?
We can score in open play against Chelsea. Like they're not like I'm just like
true too.
Spurs have lost to Bournemouth and Villa. You know, kind of Villa we shouldn't have lost. Bournemouth we got smashed. But Bournemouth are a better team than Chelsea this season so far. So
they're a better team than you too, yeah.
I mean they are, but marginally there's some wins.
It's not shot fired, Vader.
Listen. I would just say right now. Listen, we should probably beat Tottenham. We've got the historical factor.
What do you mean? It's
the fictionless history, man. You know, that's the one thing I will say. It's like, listen.
To be fair, they are your bogey team, bro.
That's the one thing I will say. History-wise.
Bro, we're both Champions League clubs this season, yeah. We're both Champions League clubs, yeah. We're both coming up.
We're both in Champions League clubs too, though.
Bro, listen.
Come on,
I
Jay,
hear what
man.
you're saying. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. But you're acting like we ain't played Champions League final in the last few years too. You know, like so, like we're not. I'm not
saying you're bad, Jay. I'm just talking about the fictionless history.
Yeah, bro. I'm saying going into this game, yeah. We both know what this game. Both managers know what time it is. Yeah, both sets of fans know what time it is.
Of course.
Like so none of this we should be. No. Those are stains on our seasons in the past few years, letting rival teams like Arsenal, like Chelsea, come to the stadium and win. Those are stains.
Don't forget West Ham.
That's what I'm saying. So, like Thomas, yeah, we've been bad at home. Regardless of being where we are in the league, if we lose another game at home, if we drop points in another, the fans will start looking at him funny because they're the fans.
Yeah, what's your prediction for the actual score?
I'm gonna go 2-1 Tottenham.
I'm actually gonna go for the same scoreline.
You thinking that much? In your heart, you believe it might be a draw.
Who are you talking to, bro?
Jay.
Oh, Jay.
It's like 2-1.
Yeah, I think you, in the heart of hearts, you believe in my
How have I just given you my prediction and then you tell me
he's calling you a liar, Jay? He's calling you a liar.
I believe he wants to back his team.
You coming to me and saying
I believe he wants to back his team. But if he had to put
Jay, it's a false prediction. You're giving a false prediction, bro.
If he had to put a car payment on it, I bet you anything he'd probably end up saying it's going to be a draw.
I would say that Spurs won't lose. Whether you think that's going to be a draw or whether that's a win, we won't lose this game.
You're leaving with something.
Nah,
you lie. You lie, bro. You lie.
Yeah, we're gonna beat Chelsea. I think we're gonna beat Chelsea. Like I genuinely do think we're gonna beat them. But
Ahmed has a point when he says 8 out of the last 10 times they've played Tottenham in all competitions, they've beaten you.
Yeah, bro, they're bogey team, bro.
No, it's just like the history of our fixture in general that we've always been.
Oh, it's just Ahmed. Let's call a spade, man. Chelsea is Tottenham's bogey team, just how Tottenham is Man City's bogey team, just like how Chelsea away from home is our bogey team.
Yeah, but
Arsenal's bogey team is Brentford.
If you look at the context of some of those games, yeah, like the last 2 times, yeah, Chelsea have beat us, yeah. One of them was the game when our season imploded. You know, when Maddison and Van de Ven got injured, Romero and Udogie got sick. That's one of the losses. The other loss, we were winning 2-0, and then Bazuma made that absolutely brain dead challenge, yeah, to give Chelsea a penalty, and that was in the midst of Spurs' injury problems, like Fraser Forster in net. Archie Gray, drag us in at centre back. So yeah, we've lost the last 2 games, yeah. But like I'm saying that this one, like this time, no. Like because the ill discipline and the stupidity that pained us in the last 2 fixtures, I think Frank's got it relatively sorted out. So hopefully you're not going to see no brain dead decision making from the players. And if we just play a straightforward game with minimal mistakes, we'll beat them. It's only we beat ourselves, and that's how Chelsea will win this game.
Ahmed, what's your score again?
I'm actually going to go for the same scoreline as Jay, but in the Chelsea direction. 2-1 Chelsea.
Right.
Well, that's not the same scoreline, is it? What?
Vader, what are you saying? Vader, what
you said Tottenham's going to win it.
I'm saying that's not what you truly think. I'm going with the same.
Desmond. Vader's going for a Desmond. What about you? What about you, Ram? Ram, what are you going for?
I'm gonna forgive you for calling me Rack, bro. I really would.
You know me, man. I do madness.
Now, to be fair, there is one letter that separates me and Rack, so I'll give you that. I'm gonna go for Tottenham Hotspur to win. I'm with Jay. Thomas Frank. Like I said at the start of the season, man. Thomas Frank and Tottenham for me is like, if it was for my bold prediction. My bold prediction was Tottenham finishes 4th.
Hey, who would have thought Manchester
No.
would be above both of them right now?
No. Don't let this man say what I said at the start of the season. Because ask him what he said about Liverpool at the start of the season. Who cares? Who cares what you said about the start of the season?
No, I'm just giving my prediction, bro.
Yeah, what about you?
People are sleeping on Tottenham, bro.
Em is just being humble. His team's on a 3-game winning streak. They're out here. His players are out here doing grinding celebrations. They're chilling. What are you saying?
I'm enjoying it, man. I'm probably going to go for a Chelsea win. I'm not going to lie. I think Chelsea.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look at him smiling. He's like, I don't care. They're both below me.
I generally don't care. To be fair, I can see a draw. I honestly can see a draw because I don't think Spurs are going to go down without a fight, especially at home. But
wait, you really don't care? You don't care?
Palmer's not fit.
Out of Chelsea and Spurs.
No, Palmer's
really,
out,
bro. I don't.
What helps you? What do you in terms of long term?
I told you guys, Palmer's injury is serious, bro.
Who you catching quick?
Yeah, it's a bad one. It's a bad one. It's like a reoccurring one.
I'd probably want Spurs to win over Chelsea.
Because you're more concerned about Chelsea.
Probably.
Okay.
Probably.
Let's move on though. Guys, Arsenal have not conceded a single goal in October. 1 shot in the Premier League on target.
Why doesn't anyone else's team get intros like that?
Because none of you guys are doing it like that.
No, why do we not get discussed? It's always like this team, the worst thing in the world ever. Let's discuss.
No. When we get to Man United, we're gonna talk about.
I'm in big trouble. Big trouble, and I don't want to be in trouble.
When we talk about Man United, we'll talk about them in a good way.
Could you repeat that stat, please, Igal?
Okay, Arsenal played 6 games. We scored 12 goals. And
this is more depth than I asked for.
and we conceded 0 goals across 3 competitions. And in the Premier League alone, we faced 1 shot on target in all the games that we played in October. And Arsenal have beaten their bogey team West Ham, Fulham, and Crystal Palace in that same span. So
Brighton,
and we're currently top of the Premier League table, 6 points ahead of City, 7 points ahead of Liverpool, 8 points ahead of Chelsea,
6 points ahead of United. Don't forget that, bro.
6 points ahead of United. And it looks like our only closest competition right now is Bournemouth and a team called Sunderland.
Because I swear, Jay,
we're above Sunderland, bro.
What?
No, you're not. You're third.
No, you're not. Sunderland's 3rd.
Since when?
Yes, you're 3rd, Jay. Sunderland.
No, they joined. Sunderland are behind them and goal difference.
Okay. You're doing that thing. My bad.
My bad, Jay. I don't look at the standings.
Hey, we get it. We apologize.
Anyways, can I ask you guys a question?
Igal's trying to Jedi mind tricks me. First of all, he tells me what I'm thinking isn't what I'm thinking. Then he has me convinced that we're 4th in the league, yeah? To the point where I'm like, hold on, are we 4? He's actually trying to break my brain. I'm on to you, Igal.
Hey, I'm going to ask you guys a question. And I want to know, seriously. The league's not done in October, but certain teams can lose their chance of winning this early in the season. Do you think
the league's not done in October,
certain contenders are out of the race?
Who's out of the race?
Who were the contenders?
Liverpool.
I don't think Liverpool are out of the race, but I don't think they can catch you.
We are slowly dropping out of the race.
Like I feel like there's a difference between like if you look at how many points.
We're not slowly dropping out. We are
how many points will Arsenal have to drop? You know, I think it just comes down to whether Arsenal can keep winning without the set pieces sometimes. Because we always say this, but you know when Arsenal are winning 1-0 via a set piece, 2-1 via a set piece, in those games that you don't score the set piece, will Arsenal still win those games? And it's those games
you won yesterday, right?
Yeah, you won without set pieces. I'm not talking about the games that you're the better team. I'm talking about the margin games that sometimes
be careful, man. Be careful, bro. You're going down a path where Arsenal fans don't like it, man.
I don't mind. That's all it is.
I don't mind. It's a healthy discussion.
Yeah, it's all about longevity for Arsenal. Arsenal will. Well, Arteta will think this is very sustainable. Not conceding goals, scoring goals, but scoring with set pieces. If you can't score in open play, because they're not conceding at all, they're leaving with a draw at worst. Do you see what I mean? So
you got to respect that goal again.
Yeah, eventually the pressure will break the dam and stuff. So I think from my point of view, looking at Arsenal, the only question for them is in those tight games that they need set pieces, are they able to score goals without them? Like, and will some of those wins turn to draws? Because I'm not even worried about them starting to suddenly lose games. I'm just like, are they going to be drawing a lot of games?
Because you know what I'm worried about? I'm worried about who else can catch them, or who else can keep that consistency throughout this season. For me, I thought it was going to be Liverpool, but then I thought, you know what, City might potentially do it, but they're looking a bit shaky as well. So at this point, I'm looking at it and I'm like,
Vieira never had them in the first place.
Do you know what I mean? I'm looking at other teams, and you've got what? You've got Tottenham, you've got Chelsea, Liverpool. I'm just not sure. So even if Arsenal were to draw, let's say 5 or 6 games or 7 games, I still don't see who else is going to catch them. That's my thing. That's the worrying thing. I don't see who else can put 5 games back to back on a winning streak right now. Even though maybe
Vader, you gonna mention your team?
Well, it's the Arsenal section. I don't need to talk about City. But,
obviously we're talking about potential. Who could challenge Arsenal to win the league? Do you think you could challenge?
No.
Yeah, that shouldn't even be a question. Of course I can challenge. But M's doing the copium. Like, I've already conceded no one's going to catch Liverpool. So in October, he's getting ready for May. I'm not getting ready for May in October. I'm sorry.
Wait. You saying that I'm doing that?
No, I said M.
Okay.
M's already said, no, I don't see City catching Arsenal. I don't see Liverpool. He's already said it. So in October, he's prepared for May.
2 weeks ago, I'm still backing
in 9 matches.
I'm watching you lot's performances, and I'm just like, I'm not convinced. Do you know what
I
mean?
Exactly.
M has got the plane ticket ready to go to another country if Arsenal win.
29 games.
100%.
There's still 29 more games to go, right? But this is where I'm saying the early dominance from Arsenal does give me the confidence that we're going to go on to potentially keep this consistency for a little bit longer. And as we keep going, I'm looking at City, I'm looking at Liverpool, I'm looking at Chelsea. You guys are dropping so much points at a high rate, and we're keeping so consistent where we've only dropped points in 2 games this season in the Premier League. I think the gap is only going to get wider as the season goes on. And then forget about that. Our defense is unbelievable. And defense wins you titles. I look at Liverpool; they conceded 4 times the goals we've conceded. City 2 times, Chelsea 3 times. So it's like we've only conceded 3 goals all year in all the games we've played. And then the system, the players that we have, even with the injuries, even with players coming in and out of the team, we constantly make change, and we still are a solid team. I really do believe it's our year. And the final piece to the puzzle is just the set piece. The set pieces are our difference maker. The set pieces are equivalent to what Mo Salah and Haaland were doing. Just that extra little bit to guarantees you when you need to break down
a
team.
That is crazy. You know, nine matches played, 3 goals conceded. That is pretty.
Bro,
impressive.
20 every game.
It's all right.
Every game played across all comps, 3 goals conceded.
Yeah, no,
it's all right. It's all right.
But yeah, and you know what the most craziest thing is? No Odegaard, no Havertz, no Nani Madueke, no Jesus. All these guys like Saka, Saliba, and at times have missed games throughout this season already, and we're still this consistent. I don't see this turning around. I need to see City or Liverpool show a level of consistency that they haven't shown this season also in order for me to feel any concern. The only person who can stop Arsenal right now is Arsenal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you're
I
kind of right.
love the preach that you're giving to the Arsenal fans in the chat. It's game week 9. Like, yeah, you can say this is your year. You could say that based off of what you've done for 9 games, you don't see it changing. Guys, why are we acting like we're watching football for the first time? We know it's going to change.
Let me ask you a question then, Vader.
I'll let you speak comfortably. We've seen this. Like, things are going to change. There's going to be some injuries. There's going to be some drop in form. This not surrendering 3 goals in 9 games, I'm not willing to then say, all right, let me multiply this. Let me now say when the season's over, they're only going to be conceding 9 or 10 goals. I'm not doing that. All right? I think you guys are off to a great start, but we've seen this before. You guys are off to an amazing start. And if I'm going to be honest with you, because of what it takes to win, you need the club, you need the players, and more importantly, you need a fan base. And you have the most erratic, emotional fan base amongst all of us.
Going with this, I don't think it works this season, bro.
Now, Ramp, that's cool. If you don't believe that this season, but we've seen it work previous seasons. So this will be the exceptional season where the fan base support them all the way through. I saw them walk out of the stadium when they should have been backing the club versus Brighton. Egal remembers that, when they were supposed to be in a title fight. I need to see it first. And it's 9 weeks in. It's easy to be all supportive. I need to see more of it. But if we're talking about my club, I still believe that my club can play a part in this. All right. And I think Liverpool, despite Liverpool and their meltdowns and saying slot out, I think they're going to play a part in this as well.
You know what? Before we get to City, I'm just going to ask, anybody think Arsenal is going to drop points away to Burnley?
Nope.
No chance.
Burnley? No. Maybe if Company was there, but no.
Maybe if Sean
Don't do that, Ram. Don't do that.
That is so shameful, bro. That is
Company right now is a better manager than Slot. I wouldn't talk shit.
Hey, talk to him.
City guys.
Not gonna,
let's. Are you guys concerned about City's goal scoring outside of Erling Haaland?
Yes.
Because I looked at it today. Their second leading goal scorer in the Premier League is 2 own goals from Evan Nilsson from Burnley.
No,
Miguel, you're a fraud.
That's
Miguel,
a lie.
You are such a fraud.
I'm dead serious.
You just sat here about 5 minutes ago when we talked about set piece goals, and you're like, you just referred to you scored non-set piece goals like everything's calm. We just had other people score the other night. Are we not going to refer to that as why City?
Come on, man, that's Swansea, bro. What are we doing here, man? What are we doing?
1 second. I was very specific. Man City's second highest goal scorer in the Premier League is 2 own goals from Burnley. Evan Nilsson.
Evan Nilsson scored 2 own goals.
Yeah, Evan Nilsson scored 2 own goals against them for Burnley.
Oh, that is worrying. I'm not going to lie, because when you do watch City, you do think all the goals do come from Haaland. But do you reckon it's a tactical thing, Vader? Because I don't see goals coming from anyone else, but you do have goal scorers.
Well, listen, before you go, Vader, I've just eaten 3 chocolate wafers, so I feel full of wisdom. I see where you're coming from.
What did you say?
Oh no, Vader's trying to go when we're talking.
No. What did you eat?
3. You know, these they feel light enough. Yeah, but I've eaten 3 now, and my stomach's a mess.
Yeah,
so anyway,
is crazy.
Focusing. Like he got very disingenuous. Like
he is,
because when you have something that's working for you, how come it's okay for you to feed it with set pieces, but when City feed it with Haaland, it's a problem?
Finally, someone logical.
Because we've seen this past weekend that our set pieces are more sustainable than Erling Haaland.
Are you insane? Are you insane?
I'm not.
You know, you think you're
because our set pieces is everyone chipping in.
Your set pieces are damn good, Igal. They're damn good. You might be the best to ever do it, but Haaland's also the best to ever do it in terms of being a goal scorer number 9.
He has a point.
Therefore, in the interest of open play fairness, you can't put set pieces over the best to ever do it, even if you are the best to ever do it.
Hey, guess what?
This
past weekend is a perfect example. Aston Villa 1-0 down. Erling Haaland couldn't do nothing, and the rest of the team didn't step up. Arsenal 0-0 set piece, slapped it in.
Which is wait. Can I be devil's advocate here? Can I be devil's advocate here? Jay, in your opinion, which is easier to do? Lock down one player or lock down set pieces?
I'm saying Erling, because I had this question last season with Salah and Liverpool, Salah scoring and set pieces. I had the same question having this argument with my friend in a group chat, and they were trying to argue with me, and they said, "What's more sustainable, Salah keeping up this form, or us keeping up scoring set pieces?" And I said, "Salah keeping up his form," and it was proven right. Salah keeping up his form was more sustainable last season than Arsenal set pieces. You asked me the same question this season. Hold on.
The thing is, you're turning it about Erling Haaland versus Arsenal. It should be Manchester City versus Arsenal, but I'm only facing one player. I'm not facing a team.
Yeah, but if that system, so you're saying against Villa, should City have scored goals? Yes, right? Like, they should have scored at least one goal, right? Now, if I'm looking at like, if you head the ball against the bar, if you miss a set piece or whatever, it's still the same principle. I'm just basically saying that, to me, how can you say that set pieces are more sustainable than Haaland when Haaland scored more goals than you have set pieces?
No, Erling Haaland scored 11. We scored 11.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got
ready, bro. He's ready for that. He's got receipts.
You know what I'm gonna say? You know.
Okay, let's see come the end of the season who's got more. You or Haaland, yeah?
The set pieces or Haaland.
I'm going to guarantee you. I'm going to guarantee.
I can't believe we've actually gone there, bro.
No, you know what? To me, it's really about who's going to step up after Erling Haaland. If Marmoush, Turkey, these guys can chip in with an extra 10 goals.
I have to disagree. I have to disagree actually on that. I think Pep's, as I've said before, we live in a post-Pep football era. That's what I'm going to call it right now, tactically speaking. In terms of the way the football is being played, we've gone to a bit more of an old school style of play, and Pep himself has realized that, right? In terms of, like, he is doing everything around Erling Haaland right now. He's making sure that he's basically everything's being created for him to score right now, and that is a good idea in general because, you know, Haaland 9 times out of 10 in terms of the type of play he will score goals through. Yes, there may be the odd match where they might not happen, he might need to rely on the other player, but if you look at the way the team plays, it's too great for Haaland, and I think Haaland will go. I think they will do a better job next time. And I think, listen, he's still got a further who can chip in with a goal or two every now and then, right? You still got Chair who can do that same thing for you, and you've got Marmoush there too, right? So listen, you can have a bad game, but I don't think they'll be back to regular schedule City. I think.
I want to start seeing more from the other players, man. Because even when I was watching that game against Aston Villa, it's like every time you guys were looking for Haaland too much for me. Do you know what I mean? You're trying to walk it into the what's his name? Doku.
Doku, you mean Doku?
Doku, yeah, bruv. Like, do you know how many times I'm just sitting there watching him and I'm like, bruv, just get a shot off, cut in and get a shot off. But
he got subbed on. He got subbed on and he was impactful. Savino had two shots on goal. One was cleared almost off the goal line. Yeah. Reinders should have put one on target, skied it a little wide. Foden put two. One was saved by the keeper. Like, listen, I hear the applied concerns, right? You got to apply some pressure, some doubt with regards to City, and I'm inviting it. Yes, the reason why we're so dependent on Haaland is why we shouldn't be concerned for any Arsenal fan with regards to this title. However, when I brought up the conversation or the comparison, how you are dependent on your set pieces, how you do get results from it, is why I think I can also be just as confident, just as comfortable as Arsenal fans with how I focus on Haaland with regards to goals contribution. Because what's he quick to tell me? Well, if they don't score from set pieces, someone else is going to step up. We haven't seen it yet, but he's expecting it to happen. If Haaland's not scoring...
We have seen it.
So, but again, Igal, I've scored other than Haaland, right? Because you mentioned that 11 of my 17 goals are from Haaland. So I'm getting goals elsewhere. So if Haaland's not getting them, I will get them elsewhere. Just the same way you said, when the set pieces aren't being scored, you'll get them elsewhere.
How many goals have Arsenal scored?
How many goals have Arsenal scored? I don't know. Altogether.
Or 15.
We scored 20 something goals all comps.
No, I'm not
No,
asking.
not all
all
comps.
comps. You know that's not what I'm asking.
This conversation was
in the
Prem,
league,
right? You made it a point to
16,
want to talk about the
16.
Prem, you go.
Yeah,
16 goals, 11 of them are set pieces.
Okay, so 16.
Whoa, that is actually kind of crazy, you know.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
No,
It's almost 80%, you know. No, sorry, 75%, almost 75%.
Yes,
That is
yeah,
75%.
that's mad. That's mental,
Was
bro.
it 12? I need to have a
Because you said 12 out of 16, right? So 12 out of 16 is basically 75% 3/4. So that's basically almost
let me
75.
check my chat GBT. I did ask chat GBT this.
I think we only have
Give me 1 second.
2 of them are penalties, by the way.
Oh,
right.
yeah. Give me 1 second.
So that means basically that's 3 out of 16 basically that you scored enough from open play.
Listen, I don't want to dead.
No.
Wow.
Within the 11, 2 of them are penalties.
Okay, within the 11 set piece goals, Haaland has scored 11 goals for
Penalties
City.
are set pieces. What are we talking about?
I think they're definitely classified as set pieces.
Yeah.
Maybe. Igal, just for the record, Haaland has scored 11 times for us. City have scored 17 goals. All right.
Yeah, 1 goal more than us.
Are we overly dependent on Haaland? You can argue and say yes, but if you're going to give the reasoning,
you're more dependent on set pieces than they are on Haaland.
Guys, wait 1 minute, yeah.
Jay's onto something here.
I literally asked ChatGPT this, and I said, excluding penalties, they've scored 11 goals. That's without penalties in the Premier League. Wait, is that the Premier League? Yeah. In the Premier, according to the recent data, Arsenal scored 11 goals from set pieces, excluding penalties, in the 25-26 Premier League so far, out of a possible 16 goals.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That's crazy.
So you scored like 3 open play goals this season, Igal.
So all I will say, everybody in the chat, everybody that follows Igal, all I will say is when you hear Igal give his rationale to why set pieces are okay with regards to the dependency from Arsenal, just apply the same logic for City and Haaland.
Igal, there's absolutely no way on God's green earth that you can walk away from this conversation having asked our City dependent on Haaland, and you've got a higher percentage of set pieces than goal. Bro, you have to then say that you're dependent on. If you conclude that City are dependent on Haaland, then you have to conclude that you are dependent on set pieces. Surely.
The thing is, we're not scoring directly from the set pieces. The second phase of play.
Ah, come on, man. Come on, man.
We're
not doing
that's being shameless now, bro.
Anyways,
come on, man.
We can move on and talk about.
You can move on,
before
guys.
we move on, Vader, you're playing Bournemouth. What's your score prediction?
The second in the league. The second in the league, bro. The second in the league.
Bournemouth. Incredible season so far. We can't lie.
Oh,
now,
it's a nasty game, you know.
It is.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
By the way, can we just say that Bournemouth has lost the majority of their defense and they still look so good?
Yep.
And midfielders too.
But
one would argue they should have beat you.
If you play Bournemouth, you know, like Bournemouth.
Like Chiesa said otherwise.
Bournemouth can eat like this in the next 2-3 years.
Spaghetti mafia.
Out of respect, yeah, if you're a decent sized club, you can't low block to Bournemouth. Do you know what I mean? You have to you have to go fight Bournemouth on the battlefield, like mano, and that's going to be the same way for at least the next 2-3 years.
I don't know who to captain this week. Should I stay away from Haaland? Because
Haaland was hurt. He didn't play in the League Cup. He might not play this game.
Should I stay away from Gabriel?
Nah, you should actually captain him or Timber.
Yeah, man, they're playing Burnley, Brian. Come on.
That's okay.
He realized Burnley is like, yeah.
You know what? I might go for a City win. I'm intrigued to see how they're going to set up without Haaland.
Is Haaland not going to play? 100%?
He might not play. He was rested.
It's over. Bournemouth won.
I'm intrigued. No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm intrigued because I reckon they might set up different. So
why are you laughing?
Vader, stop lying, bro. He's going to play.
He might not play is what I'm saying.
Okay, Haaland's going to play. I go 3-1 City. Haaland doesn't play.
No,
I go 1-1.
Nah, like who's playing right back for City?
Most likely Nunes.
Oh, God.
No, it's Semenyo, isn't it?
Semenyo versus Nunes is going to be cinema.
It's really going to be Semenyo versus Stone because Stone's going to help out.
if I'm gonna go based off of who Pep played, it'll probably go Nunez. Oh, actually, you know what? Kosanov did play in the League Cup.
Okay.
Kosanov and Semenyo matchup. That'd be a nice battle to watch.
Is he back?
All right,
though?
guys.
Is he back?
M's got to go, so I just wanted to take a second to give him some praise for Manchester United and their recent form. United Strand might actually have to cut his hair because they might win 5 games in a row. And Ruben Amorim, have you changed your mind on him?
I said it last week. He still has to prove, that he's the man for the job. But so far, he's won the games to keep him in the job, give himself more time. Do you know what I mean? So far, like, it's a bit what Jay was saying with Tottenham, man. It's like on the eye, it doesn't. The players are actually gelling, similar to what I was trying to say to my Liverpool guy at the Ram at the top. It's like maybe the players just needed that little bit more time, because even when I look at Mbeumo and Cunha and Bruno, the link up there, it looks like they're starting to gel. It looks like it's starting to click. Whereas weeks before that, you weren't seeing it. I'm not saying it's the same. I'm not saying it's going to click for you guys, but at least it might need time. That's all I'm saying.
So you want Amorim out, but he keeps winning, so he's currently in the job.
At the moment, yeah, like it's that it's that simple.
Until it's otherwise, until proven otherwise.
Until proven otherwise, man. But then again, look, like we did back him by getting him a good attack. I want to see what he's going to do when he gets 2 new midfielders in. He did tweak the system a little bit. It's not as rigid as it was before.
Do you know who you play? You play
Nottingham Forest. Dice ball.
You play Sean Dyche's Forest for the first time at home.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Is that Nottingham, bro?
Is that we're away. Yeah.
No, I mean Forest is at home for the
Forest.
first time.
No. Forest played against Porto at home, and they won.
No, I mean in the league, bro.
Yeah. No, but bro, they lost their last game. Do you know what I mean? I'm not too worried. I'll be honest with you, man. Especially when you look at the teams we beat recently, Brighton, Liverpool.
You said you're not worried.
I'm not. No, I'm not. Defensively, we actually set up pretty well.
No, that's a big turnaround. Like you going into a game not worried.
That's massive. I know.
Yeah.
Actually predicting a win this time is crazy.
That's
crazy. I know it must hurt you, Ram, innit?
No, Vaya, that's just rude, bro.
No, but it's true, bro.
Be honest.
No. You have no idea, bro. I could not predict the win. Like it got to a point where I'm just.
Do you think Manchester United have officially turned it around?
He's the king of it. He's the king of it.
1 second. Can this last, guys? Can this last? Have Manchester United fully turned it around? Ahmed, what are you saying?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, listen, they've won 3 games with a win. Maybe this is a confidence booster, but the thing with United is that they're unpredictable. You know what I mean? They've always got the juice of being like something just comes out of nowhere, and the world just starts falling down. Who are they facing this week? Who are United facing this week? Sorry, guys.
Forest.
You know what? Forest is an interesting picture because that could be. Listen, I know obviously Sean Dyche lost last week, but this is a type of fixture where he might be like, you know what? If you're gonna go band for band with my style of play, I've got He's
gonna show his experience. This is gonna be a good battle.
It's gonna make it good battle. Stinky, bro. It's gonna stink.
And the thing is,
one thing I will say,
the thing I will say, Forest has a good attack. The plays they've got, if you actually know quite a bit about them, one of them obviously is Bakwa, who I think is a really good player. They have Chris Wood, Morgan Rodgers, and Doy. Some of these guys are really good. And I think, listen, if you play that free formation that they're going to play right now for the back, and you hit United on the counter of that formation with those players, they might be in for a good meal.
They might cook. Bro, we're going to wrap it up here. I just want to say, Jay, thank you for your time. Vader, Rack,
big up, bro. Big up.
Ram, I'm sorry. Why do I keep doing that? I don't know why I do that.
What's your prediction then for the United game? I'm going 2-1.
Yeah, I'm going
2-1 United.
I'm going 2-0. Keep a clean sheet.
I'm seeing a 1-1. It's going to be ugly.
I'm actually going to say a cheeky 1-0 Nottingham Forest. Yeah.
Wow.
Listen. This could be the
game. You know what?
I
changed my mind. 1-1.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the same page as Ahmed. Yeah, I hear
We're
you.
in a row, man. We're in a row. Like, we
Listen,
should
they
get this done.
don't know I'm first place in our league, mate. You know what I mean?
Dyche, no, I'm sorry. Dyche is gonna stink up that ground, bro. I swear to God.
Do you know what though? But that could, I'm not gonna lie, that could work in our favor because we haven't even been too bad at set pieces, bro.
Man
Like,
United
so even if they want to sit there and
possession.
Em, are you doing a watch along?
no.
Okay.
Nah. I've got a
I
wedding to
advise
go
you
to.
not to do a watch on because you're gonna
No.
rage.
They lose his
No,
head.
no.
Anyways, guys,
No,
we're
no,
gonna wrap it up
confidence.
here.
I'm slightly
Anybody-
confident.
Anybody predicting a loss for Man United?
Oh, I did. I said 1-0 Forest.
Yeah.
And finally, if before we go any further, one question for everybody: who has been the one person who has surprised you the most so far this season, across the league, anywhere?
Player surprise.
Player, manager, team, whatever.
Honestly, it'll be Bournemouth.
Semenyo's performance has been surprising. He's been very consistent.
Not to me.
I think Bournemouth in general.
Yeah, Jay was rating him. Yeah, I think for me the biggest surprise, you said manager, will probably be Slot. Almost going.
I
on
was
there.
gonna say
I
Brentford.
disagree. I think for me the biggest.
I'm
No.
gonna go with Brentford and Keith Andrews because I
That's
thought
what
that
I was saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I
Jay,
think for a lot of
Jay's
people.
copying my book.
I think for a lot of people who didn't do
Yeah,
the research on Brentford.
No. Do you know what? Do you know what
see my head
surprised me?
again 3 times in one show.
Do you know what surprised me? Sunderland. I didn't think they'll.
That's what I was
I
gonna
thought,
say.
I thought
My
they'll
pick
stay
is
up.
Sunderland,
I didn't
yeah.
think they'll be this good.
Yeah,
I
I think
thought
for me
they'll stay up.
Sunderland. Yeah, I think Sunderland's
I
been
knew-
the best team.
Oh yeah,
I-
Sunderland.
I knew
I-
they'll
I-
stay
You know
up.
what? I
was-
think Sunderland. A lot of people predicted for them to stay up.
Yeah, but
One
fourth
thing-
row, no one.
What
thought
about
they'd
drop
do
in form? Who's been surprising in terms of drop in form?
that. One simple.
You would have to say Liverpool. Really, you have to say
West
Liverpool.
Ham.
Liverpool wins on all counts.
No,
man.
West
Most
Ham is not
surprising.
surprising. West Ham is generally
West
not
Ham.
surprising.
If you looked at West Ham, you knew the writing was on the wall.
Yeah,
Something
100%.
was gonna
They were
happen.
awful this year, even in the beginning.
Yeah,
of
West
the
Ham's
season,
not
you could tell.
surprising.
Yeah. Listen, for me, Liverpool have been the most surprising in terms of like the level of drop off they've had.
Which player?
Like,
Which player has been surprising?
I wouldn't even say Salah's not even surprising because I
No,
did
Salah's not
say
surprising. We
because
knew once he
again,
got that contract.
listen,
Who
And you-
better than Allison? Has he been surprising?
No, he's been hurt. He's been hurt.
Okay.
he's been hurt.
It has to
The-
be
the
about
one that-
Disney.
Ram, why are you so hostile? What's wrong?
Yeah,
I know what you're
McAllister.
doing,
I have to say
You got to
McAllister's
cut the
one.
show off. Ram's
McAllister
about to
It has
lose
to
it.
be Van
Ram's about
Dijk,
to lose
guys.
it.
No,
It has
no,
to
it's
be
not
Van
Van
Dijk.
Dijk. It's McAllister. McAllister has to be the one.
That's a fair
Yeah.
shot. McAllister.
McAllister,
Oh,
because
yeah.
his
Facts.
drop off is crazy, bro. I can't.
They were
believe
telling me he
he's-
was world class.
You know,
Oh, they
you know
just-
what's so funny? Yeah, I was having this discussion
I'll keep
because
my
his
mouth
drop
Does anybody know if he has asthma?
Hold my tongue. I swear to God.
I haven't seen you in a while, Ram. I have to get all these out. I haven't seen you in a while.
Wait, do you know
What
what? There's one. There is one surprising dub I'd take. Sobasai, because
That's
a
fair.
lot of people thought he was dead, but the
Yeah.
fact that he's performing at certain levels,
Some size
bro.
quality.
What were you saying about McAllister, Jake? Because I know you were.
I was saying like towards the
Oh,
end of last season, like he just started to drop a little bit. You factor in Jota dying, Nunes and Diaz being sold. He's also been flogged from a football point of view. Like he's played mad amount of games over the last 2-3 years.
It looks
I
like his
just
legs
think,
have
like-
gone a bit, innit, Jay? Like
No,
it doesn't
He's
look as.
26.
he looks
I don't know.
26. What do you
But he
No,
he just doesn't
it
look like
looks
he's
he's
getting
put
up
on
and down
weight.
anymore.
He looks like
You
he's
know
put
what's
on
No,
funny?
you know
weight.
what else is a big surprise? Liverpool's transfer window being such a flop. So far.
Of course, it's not.
Oh wow.
Of course you
Wow.
gotta say that, bro.
I mean,
I thought we already
Liverpool's
established.
transfer window is like you know what Liverpool's transfer. It reminds me a bit when Spurs bought Bazuma. Yeah, on paper you're like, this is great, but if you really looked at the business that they did properly, you could
And what you
see
needed?
like you could be like,
I
You,
like
you had
Basuma, though,
Diaz.
Stop
You
it,
lost
stop it,
the-
Vega, bro.
because-
I swear
think
to
about it.
God.
You had
I like
Diaz,
Basuma, bruv.
bro. You had, but if you think about it, Liverpool technically lost 3 left wingers. Yeah, because
Who's
Jota,
this?
Diaz,
because Nunes could play out there.
Nunes.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro,
Diaz-
no, we're not
Hold
doing
on,
this.
hold on.
Nah.
Bro, Nunes can play left
Nunes
wing.
left wing was the
Alright,
most
hold on, hold on.
stinkiest
Nunes
thing.
can
It
play
was
left
so
wing.
stinky,
goes like
bro.
that.
No
Now,
way.
hold on.
let's
I've
wrap
had
it up,
enough.
let's wrap it
Since
up.
you
Hold
had
on. I just
Nunes.
wanna- Nunes can
It was
play
supposed
left
to be a
wing.
quick gimmick.
Ekitike plays left wing.
Ekitike
By the
is
way-
more left wing
By the
than
way,
Nunes,
guys,
man.
the Blue Jays are 1 win away from winning the World Series.
Nah, big up
Let's
the Blue
fucking
Jays,
go.
man. They're playing.
Big up everyone, man.
Baseball, man.
Have a good
Catch
night,
you
guys.
next
We're out of here.
one.
Tuchel out.
Oh, no. Who should we redirect it to? We'll figure it out in a second. you boys, if you want to jump off, you can jump off. Shout out to everybody who's watching. Don't forget to check out today's channel sponsor, OK Jersey. Link in the description. You can get all these nice jerseys for less than £25. And we will redirect you over to MHF. Go tell Hussam Arnie slot out and Liverpool is going to lose the league to Arsenal. Don't know, people. Peace.